Hello guys, and welcome to the White Rabbit Trading Channel. Before we begin, please take a moment to read the disclaimer below. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor and everything here is for educational purposes only. Alright, let's dive in. Bitcoin has found its current high above 100K, which is already a nice number and reflects an impressive rally so far, 3 months of only upward movement and half of December with some liquidation candles. Now, let's look at the monthly statistics. On average, Bitcoin finds its lows around the 4th day in an uptrend and typically sees significant movement around the 8th or 9th day of December. This month, we saw the first attempt on the 3rd day after making a new high, followed by a drop into the 5th day, where it currently seems to have found its low. Historically, we observe wick formations averaging about 8% and around 6% when considering the smallest moves, which perfectly hits this month. Average upward moves besides wick formations are around 4%. However, as we are in an uptrend, I focused more on bullish scenarios. Based on the data, Bitcoin has seen an average 25% move, which could bring it to around 119K, with the median at 117K. If we consider the smallest moves, it would bring BTC to around 107K, reflecting an 11% gain. Whether the low for the month is already in remains to be seen as this range develops further. On the weekly time frame, we see a larger gap near the low of the range, which is always an important level. On the time price chart, the next support also aligns in this area. However, before reaching this, Bitcoin needs to lose the current support, which, so far, hasn't happened. Within this range, there's also a point just below, which could act as support. With confluence from the weekly gap level, this could take out all the longs, similar to how it deviated above the range. If this happens, I'll look for signs of strength, such as reclaiming this previous support level. How the price reaches this area will depend on its movement from the current level. It could go straight down or bounce first, make a lower high, and then revisit these levels. Each scenario opens doors to multiple outcomes. For instance, during a bounce, if price reaches a critical level, we need to decide whether it will reclaim it or continue with the 4-hour structure downward. To avoid getting trapped in a wrong trade, I would watch for weaknesses, such as price rising and then starting to lose local support levels. This would increase the chances of the trade playing out, at least to a take-profit level. If no weakness appears and price continues to rise, I'll simply stay in my existing trades. Looking at the daily, we notice that it hasn't yet closed below the swing low. On CME and linear charts, however, it has. This discrepancy means that on some charts, a daily structure break is confirmed, while on others, it isn't. For today's stats, the daily candle currently has no wick, and price often fills this space. For Tuesday's statistics, average loss is 2.48%, which would bring Bitcoin into the 92K range. And the average gain is 1.73%, placing BTC in the mid-96K to 97K area. On the lower time frames, the Monday low and the average loss level align with a local LTF support slightly above. If Bitcoin fails to hold this local support, I'll look for potential scenarios such as an SFP or deviation out of the range. What I don't want to see is a failure to reclaim this level, which could turn it into resistance, opening the door to lower prices. The average gain level aligns with Monday's high, featuring confluence from the mid-range and a key point of control, making it an important level to watch. If price reclaims this level, it could open the door to higher prices and the next significant structural tests. The way Bitcoin approaches these levels is also crucial. For example, if it moves directly to the highs without taking out the lows, the 4-hour structure would focus around 100K, 102K. Here, I would look for strength or weakness. Strength would mean breaking this level, weakness would mean failing and potentially continuing the 4-hour trend, forming a daily lower high and moving to new lows. Alternatively, if Bitcoin first takes out the lows, the swing points change. In this case, the previously mentioned levels become pivotal for a structural change on the 4-hour timeframe. Breaking higher would indicate a bullish structure break, suggesting further upward momentum. However, if weakness appears, I would be cautious with short setups unless they align with the trend. Of course, the bull market is not over, or at least we don't know that yet. We would only know if major levels get lost. A start would be, of course, losing this range and then even dropping below 70K, which would not look great. For now, Bitcoin is here at the lows of the highs of the range, and I'm just focusing on the next potential move I want to be involved in. What happens later, we'll see and try to adjust to the situation. We can easily see Bitcoin forming a weekly higher low or even a monthly one and simply continuing into the next year, which, as it stands now, has not been invalidated. In January, we will look at the monthly statistics to identify potential move areas. By the way, if you're interested in having access to daily statistics for any exchange or coin, check the affiliate link below. You'll receive a 25% discount, and I'll earn a small commission, helping support the channel at no additional cost to you. Keep in mind, you can get your money back within the first month if you're not satisfied. I hope these plans and setups are clear. Have fun trading, and I wish you and your families good health and safety. That's it for today's update. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I'll keep you updated as the market develops. Until then, trade safe, and I'll see you in the next one.